With the first pick in the 2000 NBA Draft, the New Jersey Nets select Kenyon Martin from the University of Cincinnati. The Washington Wizards select Kwame Brown from Gwynn Academy, Brunswick, Georgia. The Houston Rockets select Yao Ming from Shanghai, China, and the Shanghai Sharks. The Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
What's up, guys? I'm Britt Johnson. You can follow me on social media at I am Britt Johnson. This is my partner in crime.
I am Chris. Follow me everywhere, CK2K.
And we have stuff to talk about today. I would love it if our beautiful producers would send me the link so I can see what you guys are sending us.
I got it. I'll be your tech
Our
support.
Chris be tech support. You know, he's good with computers. I barely know how to use my email address. I actually still use Yahoo email.
What you guys didn't see is it took Britt a few seconds to even log in. It's okay.
It's
it's fine. It doesn't matter.
My password.
You know what?
I took like a cyber class where you like don't get hacked and stuff.
Yes.
And they taught me to use different passwords for
everything. And it's a lesson for all you kids out there who have the same password from like middle school on everything. Don't do that. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous and it's not. And for all you hackers out there, F you.
Right. Anyways.
I feel like there's hackers that watch us for sure.
Oh, snap.
Little Saint.
Little Saint, BB.
Are you a Saints fan, Little Saint?
No, he's a Rockets fan.
Oh, well,
but he sings a Little Saint.
I figured because he's a fan of yours because he said my man CK.
Yeah.
So I thought it was part of your Little Saint.
That's the homie.
Crew.
No. But he's one of the homies, though, Little Saint. We got another one.
NBA. Okay, we are going to be talking Zion, RJ, Cam, whoever you can imagine. We're going to be talking about them today. So NBA God, stay tuned because we have tons of stuff coming to you. We're going to give a few minutes for people to kind of join us.
Yeah. We're not going to jump right into it.
But just to like give you an overview, I guess, of what we're going to be talking about, we're going to have our most underrated players,
in the draft,
overrated players,
teams that's going to mess it up.
Which there'll be a few.
I'm praying to God. Oh my God.
You know what? I will give you guys a little teaser. I do not have the Knicks as the team that I think is going to.
And I appreciate that.
I have your back sometimes.
For this time, that's fine. I appreciate it, God.
And I also actually have a little random fact. I wonder if I should even get into the random fact.
I'm about to say no. Wait for more people to come in before you drop that random fact.
Because this random fact is so good. I used to do this every day on my Instagram. I would do a random fact of the day that mostly, obviously, was like sports related. And they were like literally gems.
But now you dropping those inspiration. I be peeping them.
I do. I be on that. I be preaching every morning.
Inspiration on the stories.
I do.
Shoot, works for me.
Sometimes I even come up with my own quotes and I'm like, wow, I'm like really, I'm kind of low key like smart.
I'm a prophet. Like, that's what you're just like, hey, you know what? I'm kind of a prophet. Shout out to Get Out Chaz for saying bull number one. We're going to get into that later. I don't know how I feel about that, but go ahead,
I don't even know if I have him under or overrated. I think he's right where he needs to be in mid-teens.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
We'll talk about that.
This isn't, we've seen some crazy things happen in the past with drafts, late trades, things like that, which Mike Conley just got traded
today,
to the Utah Jazz.
Which is great news for me because now I know for sure Ja Morant going number 2.
Hey, we're not getting into that yet.
Okay, sorry. You don't understand how worried and scared I am for tomorrow. I just want it to be Friday and just knowing RJ Barrett is a Knick, but we'll see what happens.
You're literally giving away all your picks, which is another thing we're going to be
talking
about.
I'm not giving anything away. It's not like it's a hidden.
You just have for 2 and 3. I have.
How is that even a hidden?
Okay.
So maybe you're going to go out crazy.
With mine. You
That's
will be
not
very
even.
Interested. You guys might be interested with mine. I don't want anybody talking crap saying I don't know what I'm talking about because I have reasons for why I pick what I pick. Teams have reasons for why they pick who they pick or don't pick, and they're surprising sometimes. Okay, I'm not saying anything.
Shout out to Cheat Collector.
We're trying to name
boy.
that
Boy. All right. Yeah, well, we appreciate the $2, my guy.
It wasn't even $2. It was $1.99. You could have given us the 1 extra cent.
Speaking of hacking, I'm going to hack you and take that cent, cheat collector. I'm going to be out here getting the penny collector. That's what my name going to be.
This is daytime TV, Chris Clarke. Don't even talk about anybody's panties around here.
Anyway.
It's 12:30, you know. It's
Is
5
it?
o'clock somewhere. It's midnight somewhere.
I don't know if it may be. Somewhere it might be 5 o'clock, but I don't know.
It is
Again,
for sure
maths
5
and time.
o'clock somewhere. It's midnight somewhere. It's like the next day in like somewhere.
No, I want you to commit to this.
Okay, wait. What is like France is 9-hour difference, so it is almost 10 p.m. in like France.
That's not 5 o'clock.
Well, the later the better was what I was trying to say.
Okay, I get. Okay, whatever.
Once you get like
Have
after
that.
dark stuff, that's when stuff really gets.
See, look, people shouting out their times. I got 3:36 p.m., 2:37, 3:36,
5
2
o'clock where
a.m.,
anybody's at.
8:36.
And tell me if it is where you're at, where you're located.
9:30, 2:30.
I know, I gotta be 5 somewhere.
I don't know. I think you're gonna take this one.
Come on, baby.
1:36, 3:36,
I
7:30 a.m.
ask Siri. I feel like she knows.
I don't know. I think this is a wash.
At what
11:36 in
time
Alaska.
is it currently 5 p.m.? It says at what water level? No, not right now.
The guy from the hold on. Who said that? Who said that?
What city is it currently 5 p.m. at?
No, I hope it's nowhere.
It's 12:37
No.
p.m.
Oh, I hate.
We're hearing from the producers in the Atlantic Ocean. My guy, CBS Gaming.
So thank you to our producers who let us know that Flounder and Ariel and whoever else lives in freaking Nemo, they are experiencing 5 p.m. right
Somebody,
now.
look, this guy got your
It's
back.
4:20.
This guy got your back. Team Chaotic said 5:37 p.m. I think he's lying, but where are you
Where
at,
are
Team
you
Chaotic?
located?
Where are you at? Where are you living?
He's on a cruise ship somewhere.
How can it be 5:39 for you, but it's 5:09 for somebody else? Somebody's lying in this chat.
Maybe. I appreciate you guys
They're lying
for
for
having
you.
my back.
Whatever,
Thank you.
whatever.
That's what you got to do, you know?
Whatever.
Hey, if most people saying it's facts, how are you going to say it's a lie? You know? Like, who decided to make up time?
So that's what I saw in the last chat. I'm not giving you this because it's not
It's
5
5
o'clock
p.m.
anywhere.
Hey, it is 5 p.m.
How is it 5
'cause that's
p.m.
what
if
we
it's
said.
12:38 here? It's got to be 5:38 over there. Anyways, bunch of liars. I think we have enough people though to hear your. Before we even get into this, I want to hear the fact that you're so.
Random
you got a
fact.
whole 300 people
so,
in here.
I'm doing this fact because obviously tomorrow is the tip-off of the 2019 NBA draft.
NBA draft, yes.
And we are also coming up on the ESPY Awards this year. A couple weeks ago it was announced that Bill Russell was going to be receiving the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage this year.
A little
Some
late,
of the
but okay.
ESPY kind of things have already
Yeah.
been released. That was one of them. And everybody knows him as the greatest second pick of all time,
Mm-hmm.
right? There is a story behind why he wasn't selected number one.
Oh,
so,
is that your fact?
Yes, that is my random fact. Is that
No, I don't because I really don't know.
Okay,
I really don't know. I
The
don't
year
know.
was 1956, and the number one overall pick was going to the Rochester Royals
At 5 p.m.
and they actually. And they actually are now the Sacramento Kings, if you guys don't know. But they originally had the number one overall pick. Obviously, they were going to go with Bill Russell because it's Bill Russell. He was by far the greatest guy in the draft. He's like basically what Zion is now.
Yep.
Obviously, everyone knows he went on to win 11 championships,
Yeah,
12-time
you know the story about
All-Star,
Bill
5 NBA MVPs. So they wanted to pick him. However, the Celtics knew that they were actually strapped for cash and did not have enough money in that organization at the time.
Dang, it's like
So
that
the
back in the day.
Celtics actually concocted some way for the Ice Capades, yes, to actually have the Ice Capades at the arena in Rochester.
Okay.
So because they were able to make that deal with Rochester to have the Ice Capades there, in return, Rochester had to agree to not select
Pick
Bill
him
Russell
first.
overall. Celtics actually didn't have the first overall pick, but they knew they could trade up for it at that time because nobody else knew that
kind
Bill
of
Russell was
thievery?
not going to be going number one. So they were able to trade up for two because everyone's like, oh, well, Bill Russell's going to go in one anyway. So, yeah, I don't mind trading your two for whatever.
Yeah.
So they were able to trade up to the 2 pick, and rest is history.
All I'm saying, if it's that easy, yo, James Dolan, hit up all the homies over in New Orleans. Tell them they can play home games in New York for the next season. Pelicans, home is MSG. If we get, you guys cannot select Zion Williamson. If it's that easy, that's crazy.
Well, and that's why the Sacramento Kings ended up being the franchise they were, and the Celtics ended up being the franchise they are.
Yeah, well, damn.
How many of you guys knew that random fact?
Everyone be like, I did. Shoot, I knew that. Liars.
The draft is actually going to be held tomorrow, which is Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you're anywhere in between, figure it out yourself.
What up, Side Gamer? I see you saying hi, Britt. Hi, and CK2K. What's up? How you doing, my guy?
But I mean, this just proves that, like, just because, I mean, yes, Zion is going to get picked number 1 overall, but just because he's, like, by far greater than any other player doesn't mean that other things can't be in the works, you know? Like, who knows what could happen?
You don't even believe yourself saying that.
I don't, but I'm just saying, just looking at how that's, I mean, Bill Russell was that level of greatness at that time.
Yeah, but money was different back then, though. Because for what you just said, that sounds like Rochester just had a financial problem.
Yeah. Sacramento Kings still have nobody goes to their games, I'm sure.
Yeah, with all that money they spent on that brand new building.
Financial problem.
Whatever.
Yeah, for sure. So are we ready to get into this party?
Chill out, Lenny. Chill out. Is that Cole from Martin? Lenny, chill out. First of all, chill out. All right. Oh my God.
That was good.
Chill out.
That was a good one. Where's Big Shirley at?
Chill out. All right, both of you. And that's all I'm gonna get for the rest. Man, that dude looking like
Cole from Martin. That is a good one. I like that one. Okay, we're gonna get into this. I don't even. How do you want to start this, Clarke?
No, I want to start this. Just keep it simple. Who's your top 5? Who's my top 5? And we'll go from there.
We're going top 5 first. Okay. I think
this
we
is your
should go.
Britt mini mock draft.
Okay. Well,
Mini.
I clearly have Zion going at 1. Pelicans.
So there's no New Orleans, and we won't be hosting the Mardi Gras in New York for a year, so we can get Zion, nothing like that. Okay, cool.
I think New Orleans has their
so Zion's going
stuff
there for
together
sure.
enough. Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially with the trade, they're gonna be fun.
Yeah, and obviously Zion's gonna be the new face of the franchise. 2 for Memphis Grizzlies. Obviously, he already said it. Just say it.
John Morant going there.
And I think it was made even more clear, obviously, with this Mike Conley trade.
Yeah.
Conley's been with the Grizzlies for 12 seasons ever since he first entered into the league. And if you guys didn't hear, he was traded to the Utah Jazz. I think this really proves that Memphis is like, they are going to start from scratch and build up.
Yeah.
And because really, if you look at, I think the average player on their team is about 25 years
they're
old,
all
24.
young.
Like most, like when I was just looking through things, like 23, 24, 20. Like, and
Oldest
then even
dude's
just
Korver.
doing their trade earlier when they got rid of Gasol and then got like guys like DeLon Wright,
Bruno.
who was 26 at the time. Now I think he just recently turned 27.
Yeah,
But they're really, obviously they got Kyle in this mix who is 38. I
That's
think
the old man.
You get a couple random old guys in the mix, but like their team is so young. They also have the 23rd pick in this year's draft, and then they got a future first round as well.
It's a good haul.
They got Grayson Allen, who is another young player. Personally, I think he sucks, but whatever. I just think they're clearly committed to starting this team fresh. This team is going to be ran around this new 19-year-old player, and they didn't make the playoffs the last 2 years. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs the next couple of years, but
they have
a rebuild. It's the new era of the Mike Conley era is done. Now they have this new era, and it'll be with him. 3.
So far, so good.
Knicks. I have Darius Garland.
All right, guys, and this has been Chris. I'll catch you guys later. This is going to be a one-man show.
Yes, he only
take my
played
mic?
5
You
games. He's coming out freshman. Only played 5 games.
I love Darius Garland.
This season, but from what I've heard, obviously I didn't get to go to any of the workouts. But
God.
He apparently has been extremely impressive during workouts. As of late last night, there's been rumors going around that maybe the Knicks are considering him instead.
Stupid.
And I mean,
say it. You're not going to say it?
Prior to last year, he was the 16th prospect going from high school into college.
Yeah.
And I just think his workouts has proven himself. He's been well spoken with scouts and stuff like that, and people like him. And I just don't think the Knicks are that smart sometimes.
New front office, but it's okay.
I just feel like this will happen.
New front office. So, but he keep sleep. That's fine. But you didn't say the one thing I was expecting you to say. The biggest thing that's been thrown around with Darius Garland, the entire thing. He is the next Damian Lillard. He's very similar game style to Damian Lillard. So I thought that was
well,
your.
you know I'm not going to compare anybody to my favorite
All right,
player.
just want to make
Come
sure.
on.
I thought that was. All right, go ahead. 4. So RJ Barrett going to the game, both of them.
So the Pelicans are getting RJ as well. Teammates are going to come back together. And I just don't see, because, I mean, what do the Pelicans have right now for shooting guard?
Who cares?
Josh Hart?
Drew Holiday.
No, I don't. I like see them bringing a guy like RJ into that situation, and I see RJ going in.
This ain't even real, and I'm so salty.
I want to see. People are saying, Britt, preach. Thank you. Some of y'all are feeling me. Some of these guys are feeling me. I love it. But
Okay,
yeah, I
who's number
see
5?
Duke teammates coming back together, and they're going to be playing in New Orleans together. New Orleans is going to be another really young team,
They're
just like
gonna
the
be
Memphis
fun.
Grizzlies. And
Pelicans
I
gonna
do
be
see
fun.
the Pelicans making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they
so
could. I think you're crazy.
I think I have RJ going at 4.
Oh,
5,
my
I have
goodness.
UNC, Kobe White, going at 5 to the Cavs.
Why?
Because I originally thought that maybe if I didn't have Darius going 3, I would have Darius going 5. But because I have the Knicks putting him at 3, I have them taking him at 5. Because nobody likes, I mean, what has Matthew Dellavedova done anytime?
Colin Sexton's their starting point guard of the future. Why do they need both him and Kobe White?
Well, and they have Jordan Clarkson too, which I think they're gonna not have. And I don't love Colin Sexton. I just don't.
They do.
We'll see when they draft Kobe White. We will see. And I think Kobe White can play a 2 as well. Like, he plays 1 and 2 well. And he, I think, is going to be the best available at the time.
You think Kobe White over? Okay.
And I'm going to get more
Okay.
into Kobe White later because I do have him in another
You have
piece
him on
of
one of your
this.
pieces. Okay.
So I don't want to talk too much about him, but I have him going 5 with the Cavs. What did you guys think of my top 5? Kind of let me know
Rate
now
'em.
because he's going to start
Rate 'em,
talking
rate 'em.
about his.
Rate them. Yeah. Wow. It's ambitious. It's an ambitious 5. It's a very
I don't
ambitious 5.
If somebody wanted to just like look at a random top 5, they could go on ESPN and just look at the generic picks that everybody's picking. I want to have fun with this a little bit, and I really believe that this is where these people will go.
Yeah. See, that's easy to say when your Clippers aren't in the top 5. I got stakes in this, okay? So I'm going to have fun,
Okay.
but I need to be
'cause your
real.
Knicks are at 3, yes.
Yes, I'm agreeing with you, 1 and 2. Zion Williamson for sure, going to Pelicans. There's no craziness going to happen
Somebody said
there.
I'm eating handfuls of crack.
Well, damn. Kobe White ain't
Somebody
gonna be.
said Chris needs to take a chill pill, which
I
is
can't.
true.
I can't. No, I can't. My heart right now, because just even though it's not real, just hearing
Yeah, I know
us
some of you
not
guys are
get
upset
RJ.
thinking that I have DeAndre Hunter out of the top 5, but I do.
I have him out of the top 5, so you know I'm one there.
Okay.
1, I'm going Zion. 2, I'm gonna go Ja Morant. Obviously, like we said, the trade solidified that.
Yes.
Boom, boom, bam, bam. I think this whole Darius Garland thing was a smokescreen. I'm not buying it. And that's the thing. Me sounding like this, I like Darius Garland. I would
Do you
love to have
think
Darius
he's going
Garland.
to be successful in the NBA?
I think, and this is my hot take.
And he's back. He's supposed to be 100% back
No,
from
he
his
is.
injury.
But this is my hot take. I think he's a better point guard than Ja Morant. That's my hot take. It's
just we didn't get to see him.
we didn't get to see enough of him, but from what we did see, even in his 5 games, even
Yeah.
before that, the dude was a stud. If the
But then you got mad at me
Grizzlies,
having him at. Okay, cool.
yeah, because I don't want him over RJ Barrett. No, that's crazy. But that's what I was gonna say. If the Grizzlies went RJ Barrett, I'm taking Darius Garland before I take Ja Morant. Slap me up if you want in the comments. I'm saying that right now. But with Ja Morant going number 2, RJ Barrett's to clear number 3. We have to remember, this is the dude that was supposed to be the number 1 overall pick before his teammate outshined him.
Yeah.
The only reason why Ja Morant's going second is because he is an all-around point guard, and that's exactly what the Grizzlies need. But you can't mess up anything with those top 3. So, Knicks, Scott, okay, Steve, come on. Don't think too hard about this one, okay? Just get RJ, and let's call it a night, all right? And then number 4.
The Knicks do think I mean, you never know because it is, like you said, a new front office, but.
No, tomorrow, if we don't get RJ Barrett, I will stop defending my damn front office. I believe in this new front office. We've done great last season as far as signings and stuff. I understand record-wise. I get that. But if this happens tomorrow, all day, I don't care about that. So
All
now
right,
number
Cole,
4.
chill out, Cole.
Tight. Number 4, we're going back to the Pelicans. I think, I'm going to go Darius Garland. I think for sure they're the top 4 guys. Darius Garland, with the same thing you were saying about Drew Holiday, I think him playing next to like Lonzo and playing with Zion and those kind of guys, he can play the 1, he can play the 2.
Yeah.
Easy selection. I think they'll make that work. They'll be a fun-ass team to watch. And at number 5, I'm going with Jarrett Culver out of Texas Tech. I think he would slot in perfectly right next to Colin Sexton. He plays the 2. Like you just said, Jordan Clarkson's on his way out. They're not going to bring him back, so I think Culver can start right away. The dude is a defensive stud, and he got an offensive game. I think it's no question that he goes number 5 in my list. Yeah, I don't have DeAndre Hunter going at 5. I don't even have DeAndre going at 6. But I know a lot of people are favorites on him.
Somebody did ask the 6 pick. Arizona has that pick, correct?
Yes. Arizona, Phoenix. You freaked me out. I'm like, Arizona, Wildcats?
Oh, yes, Phoenix.
Suns, yeah, no, yeah,
I'm
same thing,
I'm
same
in
thing.
college mode right now.
Same
Stuck
thing.
in college players that are tomorrow going to be NBA players. But yes, Phoenix has the number 6 pick. I know some of you guys were just asking that in the chat. A lot of people are talking about Atlanta Hawks, which I think I am going to be talking about later on. So, so let's get into some of our other topics because we're going to go in a little more depth about some of these players, I believe. And I'm going to ask you who your most underrated player in the draft is. Now, we decided to do this based off of the projected first round. So we're not going into second round those later guys that maybe went to San Jose, some random school, and we're going off who we have projected in the first round out of those players. Who is the most underrated? Who's the most overrated? We're going to start with your most underrated player.
Well, he was very underwhelming throughout his season in Duke, so I understand why he fell the way he did. But I'm sticking to my guns with this kid. I got Cam Reddish as the most underrated dude in the top.
Now it's my turn to leave.
Why? Oh,
Can we unmic me? Actually, I was going to give my most underrated next, but my most overrated player is Cam.
But he look, here's the thing. The dude is a two-way player. The guy can score so easily. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
Ray just said Cam Reddish underrated.
Dude,
he's not underrated.
He is highly underrated because he's going to be dropping down to like 8 or 10. When Cam Reddish, same thing, right at the beginning of the season, was supposed to be the number 2 or 3 pick.
Cam Reddish is the most overrated player because guess what?
But you're only going off of his one season at Duke.
What am I supposed to go off of?
His entire portfolio.
He's a freshman.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going off of. Am I really going to go back to their junior high games to see what they did?
I don't care about junior high school.
This guy was put on the biggest stage possible with a team.
With 2 other guys.
Yes, and did nothing. When Zion was not playing, he did not step up to the plate. He's so inconsistent. He is not confident with his threes because even though he's ranked 4th in the most threes made in a minute, when it goes to game time, he shoots just 33% from threes and only shoots 39% from 2. How do you not make a 2-point shot?
You can Max Kellerman me all day with the stats. All I'm saying is,
don't compare me to no Max.
You can do when you have Zion, RJ, and Cam Reddish.
He's lazy.
Okay, see now you're going too far. He's not lazy.
He doesn't come through when he's needed.
He had 2 game winners for the season when he was needed.
Not needed like that. No.
There was no Zion.
There was an NCAA tournament that he just didn't go to.
How many times have we seen players that were by themselves do that, though?
Are you not, injured or, nobody?
But we've seen players that have teams by themselves that do the same exact thing. He had
other people. The only reason why people think he's as good as he is because he's only confident when he has somebody else next to him. If he comes into a situation where he has to do anything at all, he can't do it by himself.
I think it's the opposite.
I think he's so inconsistent, and I don't think he's an explosive player. That's why I think he's lazy because I think, yes, he's 6'8" and 208 pounds. He's physically, you see an all-star. You see this guy that's supposed to be great. Yeah, if you just see him shooting around and doing random stuff, that's all going to be great. But when it comes to those moments when he's needed in situations or people just need somebody to step up, he just doesn't do that. I just don't.
The dude
maybe if you put him on the Warriors or something, he'll go in and he'll play a little bit. He'll do decent enough. but he can't carry a team. He can't even play with another
You're talking
star
like
on a
he's already
team.
in the league. You don't know this. But all I'm
Yes, I
saying
do,
is
because college is
he's
going to
the
be a
third person
reflection of
on
what
a
he's going to
team.
have to do in the NBA and at
I
a bigger place. Like, if he can't do it at this little baby level with Duke when they had 3 star players on their team,
It doesn't matter
I
the
can't
level,
even imagine
though. It don't matter what
he
level.
gets to when he gets to the NBA.
We've seen
like,
this
he's gonna be,
with the
he's gonna be
Heat.
so
We
complacent
saw this
because
with
he's
the
just gonna go
Cavs.
in situations where he thinks everybody can handle stuff, and he's like, okay, I'll go in, put a couple points in, and he gets his confidence from his teammates, not I'm a confident player. I'm going to go in here. I don't care if anybody else is with me, and I'm going to do something about it.
Cool. But what I'm saying is we've seen this with so many big threes and so many teams with the Cavs, the Heat, the
And then you put him
Celtics.
as the
When
most
the
underrated player?
third player on that team, the Chris Bosches, the Ray Allens, these kind of guys, their games tend to fall off when you got guys like R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson who are out there getting theirs. That's what tends to happen. So who knows what would have happened if he had gone to like an Iowa by himself, to a Kansas by himself. We might not be having this conversation because he might have done a lot better. I would expect him to do a lot
I don't live
better.
my life off shoulda, woulda, couldas.
But you just did. You just said. You were just
he
saying.
was in those situations and didn't do shit. That's my whole
Because
point.
he's the third option. The third option. That happens
No,
with
I
the
don't
third
care.
option.
You come in there and you still you're literally playing for your money and your life at that moment. When you're in college, especially if you know you're going to be a one and done, I don't care. You get your stats up, you get all the stuff that you need to get up, and you play with confidence and heart every single game.
I understand that.
You're not in the NBA already. You don't already have a 5-year freaking $180 million contract. You don't have that. You're playing to get there. So to me, to be complacent in that situation just shows
I don't see it. I don't
how
see
lazy
the
he is.
complacency. I don't see the laziness. I do.
you
I
ain't
said it
working
at
hard
the
enough.
top. I said at the top that he was underwhelming. Not disagreeing with you on that. But for the fact that
yes,
we're
New
going
York
to
Knicks, I'm mad.
But for the fact that we're just going to completely disregard the fact that he was
I
the
just like for you to
top
say
talent.
most like underrated player, I think is like
I'm talking about in the lottery.
insane.
100%. 100%.
Insane.
100%
Like,
underrated
stop
player
it.
in the lottery because he should
Stop
not
it.
be in the bottom half of the 10. And we're going to find out. You might be right, but I feel pretty good about my thought on this kid. But we'll see.
I mean,
I
we're
think
not
he's
going
the
to
most
find
underrated.
out by the draft because even if he is drafted high, like that doesn't determine
I'm
if
talking
he was
about
overrated
in the
or
future.
not.
I'm not even talking about in the draft. I'm talking about in the future
cool,
wherever he
cool.
goes.
Well, we'll find out. Hopefully in 5 years
I
I'm not still going to be
understand.
sitting here, but
I understand because he's a dookie, so that also adds to the fire
yeah,
that you
and
already don't
I
like
already
him.
don't like him. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
so
a
I get
devil,
that.
a blue devil.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I guess
Who's your underrated then?
Kobe White.
Hence, you have him at going number 5. To a
I
team
have him
that
at
doesn't
going
even
number
need
5.
a point guard.
Personally, I have him going at number 5. I think he has a skill set, and maybe in a different draft, or maybe if there wasn't a lot of people, that I think other teams needed at the time, I think he should have gone higher in another year,
I don't think
so
he's
that's
even
why
underrated,
I see
though.
that he's underrated, because I think he's underrated just from the beginning of the year, because people, even though you want to go back to like years and years apparently and not just count the college year, Kobe White at the beginning of the season was a nobody.
Nah, I won't say
And
that, but
he
okay.
changed people's
did add
opinions
his
throughout
stock.
the
I don't say he was a
season,
nobody,
and
though.
which to me is the opposite of what Cam did, because he went into this season and he made a name for himself because he had to. He knew he was fighting for that money and fighting for his life at that time. So I feel like a lot of people kind of think like maybe you think, and to where you have to look at years and years of like elementary school footage to see if a
That's too
player's
far.
really
No
good.
one cares about elementary
Well,
school or
apparently
middle
you
school.
do.
I said high school.
Whatever.
Look, just because we are disagreeing, you don't gotta get deep. I'm just saying with Kobe White, I think
And
he's
he was-
perfectly
he was
rated. He's
able
the
to-
third best point
and-
guard in the draft. He's
And
perfectly
he
where he's
was
supposed to
able
be.
to sweep Duke during the regular season.
And he's on
and
UNC. That don't mean nothing. I don't care. He's not-
UNC actually
that
was
don't
not
mean anything.
projected to even be as good as they
Yeah,
ended up
but they're
being
still
this
a
season.
well-coached, well-put-together team, and he played very
He
well
shoots
in his role.
42% from field goal. Like I just think he's a good all-around consistent player, and I think a lot
You're
of people
not
don't
lying,
realize
but
that
he's not
about him.
underrated. So you're saying
I
so
think he's
from
a-
what you're
well,
saying he's underrated.
but
So then
Cam
you think
Reddish
he's
is.
so you think that he's the second best point guard in the draft, or you think he's the first best point guard in the draft?
I think he's second.
But you even put Darius Garland over him in your own mock.
But because that's just, I feel like, what the Knicks are going to do. My mock draft doesn't determine my view of how good I think players are. It determines who I think teams are going to pick.
So you still think that
Right?
Kobe
like,
White
it's not
is
my personal decision because it's my top
So you think
five.
he's the second best point guard in the draft, or first best point guard in the
We
draft?
didn't do a list of like who are my top five favorite players. We did what team is going to pick who, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So like just because I didn't pick him going before or after certain people doesn't mean I don't think he's a better player than other people.
Okay. Yes, but my question is, do you think he is the best point guard in the draft? And not going off of what you said in your top five.
Probably based off what he was able to do and how I think he is able to manage a game. Yeah, I would say he's most NBA ready.
So he should be going second.
Well, I'm
I
not
know.
saying that.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But I'm saying as somebody who you're saying.
You're just talking like hypotheticals, like I'm a GM.
No. That's what I'm saying. I am talking as if you were a GM.
But I'm not a GM of the. I get that.
No, I get that. I'm not talking about your five. I'm just saying, going off of what you saw, you think that he should have been this Britt. I don't care about what they think. I don't care what the pros are thinking. Britt thinks that, you know what, John Morant's cool, but y'all should really be looking at Kobe White. That's what I'm asking.
No, because I just with that particular system, I don't think he works there. I don't think he's the face of a franchise. I think he, as a true point, would be very helpful to a team that if that's what they need. But I don't think in the situation where the Grizzlies are going from 0 to 100 and they have to do all of this stuff and they're building a franchise around a point guard. Do I feel that? No.
Okay.
I don't feel like he's that point guard. Okay. But he, I think, is most ready to go into a team and facilitate stuff, manage time very well, and I think he's that guy.
He's going to be a great player in the league. I'm not denying that. I just think he is perfectly rated where he is. I think he is not better than Ja. I don't think he's better than Darius. But I just don't think he is under or overrated at all. I think he's perfectly rated right where he's at.
Okay, I already spoke on my most overrated, but who is your most overrated player?
It's Brandon Clarke. Look, and it hurts me to say because he actually spells his last name properly, and I'm shout out to my guy for spelling his last name.
Properly or just like you?
The right way. I know what I said, properly. But I just don't see him being a lottery talent or anything like that. I think he's going to be a solid guy off the bench wherever he ends up going. So I don't know if I would.
You think he's just going to be a bench player his whole career?
I think he's going to be a great role player, role playing / bench player for his entire career. Which is there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
You're
look
still
at Lou
in the
Williams.
NBA. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know if I'm using 1 through 14 on Brandon Clarke. Maybe 15 down. Sure, I can see that happening. But to me, in the lottery, I don't see it.
I think he works for a team well. I don't know what team it would be, but very well if he was. I would say like a solid 4.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think he plays the 5 well.
He's probably gonna have to learn, but no, he doesn't.
Just because like I think he has like short arms and stuff like that, but he's like he's like what I think of when I think of the Clippers a few years ago, or it was Lob City, it was the dunks, it was like because he actually is ranked number 1 in college basketball right now for being the number 1 finisher on the court from half court.
Yep.
So I think he's good in that spot, but like it's like weird because I think maybe a few years ago he would have been drafted higher, but because of like the way things are going now, he's not a very good like 3-point shooter. Like, and I think now even like 1 through 4, like you almost have to be good at shooting, like because the game's kind of changing because it's interchangeable for stuff. So if a team needs like a solid 4, I think he would be great in that. But it's weird. It's weird to see where he would go. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not anymore. Yeah. But I feel like if it would have been a couple years ago, for sure, yes. Yeah. But I just think there's like the league's kind of changing a little bit, and there's a couple things that I still think he needs to work on. I think he could get there, but I don't think he's coming off, the first couple years of his career starting for any team.
Agreed. Real quick, I've been seeing it. It's all over the chat. Everybody's saying it. I want to address it. Bol. Yes, I do agree. Bol. It was literally. I'm glad it turned into what it turned into with the whole Cam Reddish thing, but it was literally between Bol Bol and Cam Reddish. But I don't think Bol Bol is even underrated. I think he is rated where he's supposed to be. He's not durable, so it's like it makes sense that he fell out of top 5 and top 6. I think he's where he's supposed to be. He's fine where he's at.
I think a lot of people kind of have him like early teens, like going 12, 11, like
which I think is
around
perfect.
There.
I think that makes sense.
I agree too.
I have no complaints.
So like
with that
obviously
at all.
everyone loves him. Like he's a cool, like everyone has like a soft spot in their heart for him, and everyone wants to see him do well in the NBA. But I do think he's kind of rated right where he should be.
I think he's right where, yeah, me too. I will say this.
And that doesn't mean he's going to not be or be a great
NBA
player.
Watch him get drafted 16th and be a superstar 5 years from now. Who knows? No one knows about that. I just think right now where he's at, because of going off of what we've seen, he only played so many games for Oregon. He's known to have injury problems with his legs even before that. So it's just like.
But he's definitely a favorite, especially among the Fumble fans. We see you guys.
Yeah, I trust me. We see him. They're everywhere. Bol Bol greater than anybody. Bol Bol, go. Bol Bol, I love Bol.
GOAT kingdom.
Yeah, that's a bit extra, but I get it.
Or a legend, but yeah.
Yeah, everything
or greater.
is Bol Bol.
Somebody put hashtag greater than the whole NBA. I wouldn't say that.
This man has a cult
I'm not
following.
sleeping on Cam Johnson. I love Cam Johnson. I think he's going to go mid to
Cam
late
Johnson's going to be a nice player
first
next
round.
level. He's going to be a good player. I saw someone talk about a comparison between him and Klay Thompson. I think that's fair.
I agree.
You would know better. How is he defensively? I didn't know anything about it. I just know he's a great shooter. But if he's a defensive player, I think he's going to end up having a nice spot in the league
he's
next
decent.
level. Yeah, so I think Cam Johnson's a good player.
Yes.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Which brings us to another important part of this show. What team of the lottery picks, so it's going to be 1 through 14 for the most part, unless they have some random other picks down the line, do you think will make the worst selection in this draft?
Okay. And you just said lottery, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it goes in a little bit into the first
No, that's
round.
fine. No, that's fine. See, this one, I'm stuck between two teams. My heart wants to just say my team just so when I take the L, I've already addressed it. But I don't believe that we're going to mess up. I think we're going to get RJ, and it's going to be good for us. Move on. I think the team that's going to mess up tomorrow, though, and I don't care enough. So if they mess up, cool. Not my problem.
We are getting some Knicks.
Yeah, because it's the easy answer. I understand. It's the easy answer. I see the Suns, who fell from hopefully having the top 3 pick all the way to the 6th pick. I see them messing up and not, if he's available, not snagging Kobe White. Because I think Kobe White, as much as you probably won't want to see him out there, I think he would fit playing with Devin Booker and all those guys perfectly. But I see them going and drafting another forward to add to their farm of forwards that they got. So I just see the Suns going out and just messing this thing up. So I think the Suns are my pick that's going to just blow it and continue to suck.
So my pick is actually going to be the Atlanta Hawks. I think that just because they have a lot of picks.
So many picks.
They have 8, 10, and 17, and I don't think they're going to manage them properly. And there is just so much, I don't think that they can pre-plan, especially between their 8 and 10.
Because it's so unpredictable.
Because it's so unpredictable, especially after you get past 4 or 5. It's who's going where, who knows, even, early as mine in 3, I had somebody different than the majority of people
a lot
have.
of people,
So I think it's going to be really hard for them to predict anything. I think they're going to kind of become almost a little too cocky that they have 3 picks in the first round, so they might not end up making the right decisions when they need to, or thinking, oh, let me go here now, and then I'll wait till 10 or 17 to get this person, and then they're not available, and then they end up making who's here? I guess I'm just going to take this person. So I think that they are actually going to make the worst selections because they have 3 in the first round, and sometimes that is not a blessing, especially when you don't have anything, and those top picks. It's an 8, 10, and 17, and honestly, after you get past a few selections, you never even know how guys are going to do in the league, and you never know how they're going to be productive to your team and how soon they're going to be productive for your team.
Right.
So it's 3 picks is great, but it's also very difficult for teams to accurately plan how they're going to run their team, which is why we haven't seen a lot from them in the offseason as far as making any trades with anybody or doing anything, because they don't really know what's going to happen with them.
Nope. No, I don't think. I think that's a good pick. That's very true. I think the fact that they have so many, they might not know what to do, which is like with all these rumors.
Somebody just said Quavo trades to the Hawks.
I mean, okay, he hoops, I guess.
He does kind of play basketball, I guess.
I
think
his
he's like
spot's taken, though. Sorry,
yeah.
Quavo. There's a point guard already there, my guy. But yeah, I think they would be better off trading at least the 8th and the 10th pick and try to move up, so to at least get a good player in the beginning of the draft, and then you know what, whatever happens, happens. But if they end up keeping all those picks,
maybe with the Pelicans, maybe that's something that they could work out with the Pelicans.
They should try. They should definitely try because they could use that. I also saw somebody here saying Bol and Cam Reddish with the 8th and 10th pick. I don't think that's crazy. That has your guys' favorite and Britt's least favorite in the same draft. So then that would actually make your choice right, because then they drafted Cam Reddish. They blew it for you, so then there you go.
Yep. Because they have my back. They love me. Somebody actually just talked about Mia Khalifa.
Why?
We haven't talked about her in a long time.
Where even is she? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what. Like, I literally wonder what's going to. Like,
It's
love
gonna be
the
fun.
NBA draft. It's gonna be. I think it's going to be one of the best ones I've seen in a couple
Here's
years.
my question for you, because
Yes.
it's always
Gosh.
hyped up. It's
Yes.
always hyped up. Always hyped up every year. We always hear these things every year, but this year it's
I
supposed to be hyped
wasn't
up.
excited about last year.
But what I'm saying, that there are always these talks about trades are going to happen draft night, this and that. Do you think that this is the year that we get a Ray Allen-esque draft night trade, like a Bradley Beal going to the Pelicans for the 4th pick? Do you think this year, or is this going to be another year of just no trades, it's just be draft picks and blah, blah, who cares?
I think there's going to be trades, because you've already seen a lot of exchanges with like future draft picks or getting draft picks for this year, just between the trades that are going on right now, prior to the NBA draft. So I honestly really don't think the Pelicans keep that 4. I really don't.
I don't think so either. I don't think
something is going to happen with that, and I think it might be something that's going to be very monstrous for another team. That's like, that obviously is going to be somebody that doesn't have even a pick in the top 10, So I think something big will happen with the Pelicans picks, because let's not forget all the other first-round picks now that they now have from the Lakers. So they don't really even need this 4th pick.
Yes, exactly.
So I think they trade that away. Maybe a player's even involved in that trade that they make. On draft night, maybe they're going to get another current player that's already in the league for that pick.
Because it seems like the Pelicans aren't even really in a rebuild. It seems like that they
want to
right
win
now they can do stuff.
Yeah.
And starting now and then continue, because they got young guys, but they
Right.
got the right kind of young guys that all fit together. So trading, like you were saying, trading that 4th pick for anything that would fit.
I mean, what do you think about Gentry's, like, as a coach, and obviously he's going to be helping with these selections as well. Like, what do you think about his basketball knowledge and to make something happen during the draft that'll be productive and effective for the team immediately?
Look, I like the Gentry. Well, first of all, Charles lost. I see you. Dropping that $1. Appreciate it. You didn't drop a caption, though. So
I
we'll
thought
take
it
the
said
$1.
Charles, like, lost $1.
He
Like,
lost it.
damn,
Well, I mean, technically you did lose $1.
Yeah,
You
he
gave it
lost
to us.
$1 and gave it to us.
But we'll
Thank you.
take care of your $1, man. We got you. But I think, no, I like Gentry. As far as, so you're asking how aggressive you think he's going to be? Is that what you mean?
No, I'm asking, like, do you think his basketball knowledge and understanding of that, like the front office part of it, is
Right.
going to be strong enough in helping them utilize what they do have now in order to make the Pelicans a contending in
team.
this next, maybe, I mean, I think they'll make the playoffs this upcoming season if they do stuff right, but
If
even
they
like,
figure it out,
doing something in the next couple years.
I think because of the David Griffin signing, I think he might get a little bit of too much credit. Alvin Gentry, and I like Alvin Gentry a lot, but I think he's going to get a little bit too much of the credit because of David Griffin's work. Now, if it was the same setup as last year when they had old boy, what's his name, that didn't want to trade with the Lakers, who cares? He was their old GM. He's gone now. It doesn't matter. Then I think that would be a big question, because it's like, we'll see, because we have to find out. But right now, I think because of the David Griffin thing, I think both of them will probably team up really well too. Because David Griffin can meet his needs.
Obviously the trade with the Lakers was so amazing for them.
It was a great trade.
It was like, I couldn't even believe it, like happened. Like, even to where a point, like, they have a potential like, oh, well, we're either going to take your 2024 or 2025 pick, depends on what we want to do. Like, you know what I mean? They did such a great job. Like, the verbiage and everything they did to make that go for them to where in the next 5 years they have potential to do great things is like, that was a really good trade.
100%. And hopefully for the Lakers' sake, there's no injuries for you guys, so this pans out for y'all too, because the minute anything happens to AD,
you guys lost a lot and gave up a lot for Anthony Davis.
New York Knicks, I hope you better be a fan account if you get out of here with that nonsense bowl to the Knicks. No, I'm looking at both.
Pick.
No, Lord have mercy.
Not with the third overall pick, though.
Lord
That's
have
funny.
mercy.
I'm excited.
Me too.
For those of you guys who don't know, the NBA draft will take place tomorrow. You guys, I'm sure I will not be here on Friday. Chris will. I'm sure you will be doing a live on Friday to recap maybe the snubs and steals and whatever else you
And
guys.
I have everything
best
you
dressed.
said. So
you
better
gotta
believe.
include the best dressed.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta see that because everybody, they're already talking up their game like, I got something for you guys on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you better show it then.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
I feel like with this young bunch, we're just gonna see a bunch of little Russell Westbrooks
Yep.
that like, are wearing a little
all
too
kinds
much
of chests
pattern
out.
and
People
too
gonna have
much-
their low cut
to the belly
shorts
button.
and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing recklessness on Thursday.
So if you guys want to check that out, I'm sure they will have it on Friday. Let me kind of, producers I'm sure are going to tell me right now around what time so you guys can tune in on Friday for the live video to see the recap for the NBA Finals.
Shout out to Charles Lost. He lost $2 more and he actually captioned, he said, is this better, smiley face? Yes, it's better because we want to hear your.
That means I got $1, he got $1, we got $1.
Hey. We're still going to take care of that first dollar you dropped, though, because I felt a little bad that you lost it. So we'll make sure it's found and, whatever. But these $2 we're keeping. But yeah, also, we got another video coming out. So after this, check out the new videos going to be coming out here on the Fumble.
Yes, I'm talking Zion Williamson.
I'm
talking Zion, and he actually said some stuff about his goals for his NBA career. So that'll be in a video coming next on the Fumble. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm excited about the NBA draft.
Yeah, fun times.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, no, that's it.
I'm kind of nervous. I feel like we should have a bet on who got
I see. I knew this what you were tiptoeing around. Like, you were just like, should I end it before making this bet?
Let me see.
What bet? I just want the Knicks to just do something well. So I'm so nervous. But go ahead. What bet? And also, shout out to y'all, man. We had as many as like 300 and some odd people in here. Shout out to you guys for showing up to these. It was dope. That was dope.
Everybody's excited about the NBA draft. Like,
as they should be.
Huge.
It's gonna be a good one.
NBA is already like kind of taking over as the sport to watch even over football now almost. So people are excited. There's some big names in this draft. It's going to be interesting to see where everybody goes. We will be watching clearly tomorrow. You guys tune in for sure on Friday to see the live of the recap of the NBA draft. And I think that's it.
That's it.
Peace.
Enjoy your day.
With the first pick in the 2000 NBA draft, the New Jersey Nets select Kenyon Martin from the University of Cincinnati. The Washington Wizards select Kwame Brown from Gwynn Academy, Brunswick, Georgia. The Houston Rockets select Yao Ming from Shanghai, China, and the Shanghai Sharks. The Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James